Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a wonderful spectacular that is week 3 of the ANZ spring season off season. My name is Nigeria, and I'm casting alongside Blank. We've just come off an incredible game one convincing win by nobody. I mean, we didn't know who played, they just won convincingly. But now we're going to game 2, and it's going to be on Brax's holdout. It's going to be looking like a tough one for people you hate.
Yeah, they've chosen first pick, which gives them the flexibility of getting their Diablo, perhaps, unless it's banned out. But it left map choice open to nobody, and nobody has picked Praxis. So one of the most snowbally maps. This could be a 5 to 10 minute game. This could be a half-hour game. We don't know. We're about to find out. But it is game number 2 of this best of 3 series between nobody and the people you hate. And I suppose we get straight into it, George?
Oh, of course, let's just hop into it. Well, why dilly-dally when we get ourselves another second map that people you hate could do a surprise turnaround and go for a game 3. They did it last time
They did.
for a reverse sweep. Try again this time. But you're right, they've got first pick. You know what this also could mean? Because in the previous map, Konya on Maev was just insane. Like, he was able to get the umbral bindings on the right targets consistently and constantly pulled them in, and this allowed the rest of Moops and on Mal'Ganis and co to just engage and get chain CC, get the blow up kill. With first pick though, we talked about it on the break, they could allow them to get a Diablo through, but it also could, if they really want to, sneakily get someone who they just banned, so don't worry about that. I had something going, but it didn't work.
That's all right. I was going to say, how scared are they and what heroes are they most scared of at the moment? Because you got your Mal'Ganis, you got your... we had Cladrus on the white main, which is pretty godly on the support there, and Konya on that Maev. They've gone with the Maev and the Mal'Ganis ban. They don't want to deal with either of those cancer heroes. And Diablo has been taken away again from Deadpool. So are we going to see the ETC pop up again?
I mean, that's what Deadpool deviated to, was the ETC. Had a good mosh pit, but I feel like ETC is one of those squishier kind of frontline tanks that didn't really work out well. Maybe someone like Garrosh could be a better pick. Muradin for that kind of engaged frontline tankiness. And also Stitches, if you want to play a bit more back, get the hooks in, brings it towards yourself as well. Could be up. There we go. Garrosh was the pick, and I like that one, honestly.
I haven't seen Deadpool on the Garrosh yet. So, well, we're going to see Deadpool on the Garrosh. Nice skin, too.
He's glowing. He's just illuminating the night, and potentially might bring the dawn of a new day for their team to come in for a victory on Brax's holdout. But securing Garrosh, this does leave Tyrande available, but instead it's going to be Morales on Zul. Could this be a tank Zul matchup that we've been hearing about?
We've been told about it in NA, and we're talking North America here, not the NA that is the people you hate. Apparently, according to Mindfreak, they were scrimming against the NA people when they were over at BlizzCon, and Tank Zul was pretty big. I don't quite know why or how, but I don't see us getting it here. I think they're going to actually pick up a tank. I'm seeing the Morales pick up, and I'm feeling like we might get a meme comp. It might be like a Tyrande, a Tyrael and Sylvanas or something gets coming out from Team Nobody. Zeratul been taken off the table. They don't want to have to deal with that, getting on their back line. And sorry, I missed the Valor Tassadar on the side of people you hate, though.
Going to keep the Valor alive. She'll clean up house eventually. If you really want to go the next step onwards, just get Abathar, and bloody hell, that Valor just ain't dying no matter what you chuck on it. But then the sustain isn't really there. Kerrigan being banned away, don't want to deal with that nuisance kind of chain CC that they had to deal with back in game 1 against Rinse and Delete, where we had what's his name? Let me get the name. My notes. Alex popping off. But Phoenix is being picked up. You know, Phoenix works. You get Planet Cracker as soon as those Zergs spawn. You can literally blow up almost 3/4 of them in just one ultimate if you place it right. You know that.
isn't it in the opposite lane? You have to be aiming it like up through the little area they come out of, and it pretty much blows them all up.
What is happening?
Um,
Rexar.
well,
Yes.
Rexar's good in that solo lane. Like he can hold the point, and it's good for that. Yeah, so he'll be solo laning up against probably either Samurai or Phoenix. I'd like to see Samurai in that solo lane maybe against the Rexar. Probably a good combination there. Comparatively, I think even with the potential memes coming out of Nobody, they're going to have a better team comp in this one. I think double support all in on the Valor. It's not going to work. With the Kel'Thuzad especially, Valor's just going to get blown up in a second, and then you've got no team fight anymore. You've got no damage. It's all gone.
Well, last game we had Moops on Morganis. Now we have Moops on Morales, and it's going to be Caladrius on the Samurai. So definitely changing it up a bit. You know, going for that front line, but that is looking to be a tank Zul with firstly picking that up. But you're right, you're putting a lot of the eggs in the basket of Valor. I feel like this is just there's so much you can just look at. Like if you want to be very objective, yeah, Rexar can definitely hold his lane up in top lane. You get Misha onto the control point, and she can just stand there herself, or you do vice versa. Misha's in lane, Rexar's on the point. So it's like playing two heroes in one with the one hero. But when we dissect that a bit more, let's actually talk about who's on what team. Representing on the blue side, we have Nobody as Moops is on Morales, Konya on the Phoenix, firstly on Zul, SDBX on the Kel'Thuzad, and finally Caladrius is playing that Samurai. Middle on the red team, here we go.
On the red team, we got Bob Goat on the Tassadar, Unishu on the Valor, Renface again on that Lucio, Deadpool on Garrosh, and Misery on the Rexar. Rexar being the solo laner for this comp. And looking forward to seeing how well Rexar matches up against Caladrius on that Samurai. At the moment, we've got Nobody with the one-game advantage. So winning this ends the series with Nobody taking it from them. And if some chance the people you hate can get the win on this map, then that ties up the series. We already have Caladrius coming down to the 5-man now.
They get a sneaky kill, they can do quite ones, and look at that, Kel'Thuzad with the double chains onto the Riddle, Deadpool and Unishu, dropping him so damn low. Double support ain't going to sustain him up back in time, but that forces the tank off, and it's kind of scary. He's going to walk into that stuff, and look at that again, the chains. Kel'Thuzad is just big SDBX showing off his skills as the Co are already working up towards those fort towers, taking a bit of damage, and that wall almost down.
Yeah, it's pretty much the exact start of the first game all over again, with the front towers getting taken a lot of damage. Oh, firstly getting flipped over. Is he going to survive this? He doesn't, but neither does Garrosh as they trade 1-for-1 Zul tank for Garrosh tank on both sides of this. But the gate's now down, George. The gate's down. That's free open territory there.
That's 1 minute. And the Reddit gates are fallen. Konya looking for at least a second kill. Unishu trying to do some damage. And I feel like a lot is going to be resting on his shoulders to, I guess, do the carry damage for his team. But here we go. Beacons up. It's going to be interesting. Samurai already forcing Misery a bit of pain there, dropping him down to half health. First, he secures the beacon. Deadpool gets something, finds himself a Konya, but he's able to black away as Kel'Thuzad gets a 2-man chain root combo as well. And Deadpool so damn low. That SDBX is just going big with that Kel'Thuzad plays.
Yeah, I mean, firstly playing that tank role on the Zul is getting significant value. Now the objectives are spawned. Firstly, just trade 1-for-1. Lucio goes down, Zul goes down, followed closely by Valor. Is Deadpool going to be able to survive this? The shield is up, dodges from Bobgo on that chain from Kel'Thuzad, but a massive grenade from Moops as Konya barely survives the tower shots.
It's kind of looking dangerous. I mean, Deadpool has the right idea, being that kind of front line, like, hey, I'm going to be up there. I'm going to soak it up. I'm going to absorb as much as I can, be that nuisance that Garrosh can be. But every time he engages onto Zul, Zul just turns around, roots at one target, and guess what? Kel'Thuzad's there to follow up, get the chains on, get the CC. And when you're running multiple squishy targets on your team, he can definitely blow them up. And when we see at level 10 talent pick for himself. It's going to be wondrous. But speaking of Kaltazard, gets up the Ren Phrase, gets a stun. There's a shield by Bob Goat, keeping up the live. Konya going in deep, wanting to get to engage, but they're not going to secure another kill. They're steps their way towards that fountain. In fact, Kaltazard gets one onto Deadpool, and he's down. That's the main tank. And fountain drops. That's a lot of structural advantage by nobody.
Nobody. But it's easy to hit a target that's rooted. You can't miss a combo on a target that's rooted, unless you do just then. But he didn't get rooted before the chain went off. But a massive advantage right now. You've got a full level lead on the side of nobody. The 100% Zerg wave to 0% Zerg wave going over to nobody as well. Zul's going to be solo tanking the bottom lane and cleaning that up real quick. And Caladrius has gone in and taken over the camp. Hold on a second, what's going on here?
Fight, and they're fighting over towards these little bruisery kind of siege camps. But Caladrius secures
Hellbats.
The Hellbats. And Hellbats are going to be helping the Zerg push up, taking it ready to top fort. There's the crown. There's a hook on towards Miss Renface. The chains just working towards Caladrius in the backline, looking to get the sneaky kill onto Renface. She's running away, gets the boop. But Bobgoat's going to be the next target. He falls. Unishu, the third one, so low. Chain misses. The combo doesn't hit, but Deadpool is going to be rooted as he backs away by Zul. That's going to be the top fort down and a massive XP lead going in the side of nobody.
Yeah, if they can pick up 10 off these towers and maybe another kill, then they could potentially get this keep. And with the Zerg wave and that camp as massive as it is right now, with this massive XP lead they've got, it's almost looking like it's potentially game over for the people you hate.
It's unfortunate. Hellbats reducing that armor. That's going to mean even more damage towards that keep, down to -12. There's still Zergs doing some damage. That's going to be a keep off of the first Zerg wave. We talked about this back in map select into hero select. That this is a very snowbally map. Could be a 5-10 minute game, and it looks like nobody are trying to prove that. Meanwhile, down the bottom lane, Misery trying to offset the losses up in that top lane to get some form of structural damage. Has taken one turret. You got Misha working on the other. But Misery, oh buddy, your animal husbandry stacks have now hit the toilet. He's gone down to a squishy Rexar as he falls to the Phoenix.
Yep. Yet another kill. I mean, it's not for nothing. It's 7 for 2 in terms of the kill trades. And right now you can see potentially another kill going over the... No, firstly is going to survive this. And potentially the team is going to turn around. Caladrius getting some massive chase onto Lucio, who puts on his little green boots and runs away as fast as he can. With Unishu halving in the bush as Caladrius just strolls on by. You know, where did you go, Vala? Where did you go?
Well, couldn't find out where he went, but Deadpool's just the next target for Kaltazard's reign of terror. That Lich is siphoning the life and soul that is people you hate. Also helps another kill on towards Rexar, and they're just absolutely covering their dominion over this map, taking up top fountain as well. They're still sticking around looking for another kill, as Misery is just like, oh, just end it. This torture is too much to handle. But Deadpool has other things. Trying to get something. Caladrius on the backline. Unisha has to force the vault away. There we see the ultimate as Shadow Fissure by Kaltazard. Look for a second kill. Misery can get Misha hunt and sick onto the right target. Looking for Kanya. Could not get it. Moves is left. They want to get the kill on the support. It's now or never, but Renface gets rooted. Deadpool still looking in towards Caladrius. Another Fissure coming out. Not going to secure any kills. It's a tank down. And unfortunately, nobody are just like, well, if this is your base, it's our base now. Getting another kill into Misery.
At this point, it's just like a cat toying with a mouse. It's playing with your food. They've got 2 catapults. Third one's coming down now. They've just constantly killing anyone that walks out of that gate. Moops has got full energy again, so he can heal them up. But they've got medevac. So bye bye. We're just gonna go cap this objective, and then we'll rotate down to the bottom beacon and cap that. And in the meantime, we need to see the people you hate get some soak up. They need to be able to get level 10. They can't do anything until they've got that level 10. As with any map in Heroes of the Storm, it is snowbally, but there are always comeback mechanics. If you can hold the objective, win a good team fight, maybe get a boss or something, then you can easily turn the game in your favor. And right now, you can see a little bit of a gank fest happening down here in this bush. Rexar instead's trying to get a camp, the enemy's camp. But Caladrius going behind, trying to get some damage onto Unishu with Moops coming up the back, and bye-bye Rexar.
You know what's interesting to note, that despite that consistent pressure up in our top lane, they didn't do any real core damage despite staying there for so long. But now instead they're looking for the big team. But SDBX is actually going to fall. Unisha picks up that kill, but he's going to get rooted, and Konya will secure that. Meanwhile, Caladrius gets on top of Deadpool. Bobgo is the only one left alive, forced to back away. Can he survive and defend for his team? Misery's up as well, dealing with the top lane, but Medvac comes in. That's going to be 4 members on Misery, and to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And they decide to finally push onto that core with 3 catapults as well this time. And actually going to do some damage to this core unless the defense comes out yet again. They're trying. They're spawning for the bottom lane. Konya's so low. Decimate is helping him clean up with the slows. Moves is going to be the next target. It's going to be 3 members. Yes, they're losing core damage, but they're chasing for the glorious bloodshed as Caladrius Duke Central. Going left, right, center, up, down. But Unishu looking for the chase. Still can't get him. About time. And that is going to be a 66% core and dropping.
Yeah, 10s have been picked up, and they got picked up at the right time, just in time for we left school for this, for the people you hate to put up some form of defense. And now they've got the ability to 5v nothing defend this Zerg wave in the bottom lane here, because Kel'Thuzar is not going to be able to do anything against them. If he gets thrown, that's a game. That's him dead, instant dead. Unishu's getting out some decent damage now, being able to utilize the fact that he's got a healer and that Tassadar. But I'm looking at this little bush meta we've got here. Are they going straight for the core? Is that what's happening right now? It looks like they are. They're like, you know what? Stuff it. Let's go to the core.
And they're working on it. Konya already taken away armor, but here comes Deadpool. If he can get on SDBX, that's going to be huge. Double man root, gets the unstoppable. That's going to be Planet Cracker on Unisha. That's going to be also Fissure, so that's taking away the damage dealer. What little chance they had, could it be down move, gets flipped. Deadpool with a great sound barrier keeping up with life, but they're still turning at Miss Renface. Oh no, you're in a trouble pain there, darling. She falls. That's going to be the support. Now Misery is going to be the next target, as the rest of nobody decide to set the sights up on this core. Working on damage, moves, falls. Thirsty is going to be the next target. They're still defending, but that's going to be game going in the side of nobody yet again in an 11-minute or almost 11-minute timer.
I did call 5-10 minutes. I called 5-10 minutes. That's how long it would take for these guys to end the game. But we weren't sure. It could have taken longer. But that's game number 2, and the series going over to nobody. Congratulations. That's game. That's the series. That's done. That's it.
Yep, nobody. They're having a very convincing game 1 and game 2. I guess it comes down to, you see a new team that's recently formed come in, try to take it on, and we saw nobody's a team that's actually got somebodies on it. They're a bunch. There are high caliber players, high names. They do work well, and they just showcase a high level of play, which is not to say anything bad about the people you hate. It should still show they had some quality of life, but practice makes perfect. They will get better. We hope to see them come in next week and the week after, and definitely put up another fight. But nobody just on a whole class on their own. But now they've got themselves a big battle ahead for tomorrow night, where they're going to be taking on the gods of the spring season. And there's multiple units who did 2-0 Eagle Slayers off stream. Still an undefeated team, but that's going to be a beautiful best of 3 to watch. So do not miss that out. That is happening tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m.
Actually, we've got a little bit of a treat for you guys. Because one of the teams can't play tomorrow night, they both agreed they're going to play the grand final right now. So give us 5 minutes. We're going to jump to a quick break. And when we're back, we will have the grand final live for you straight after this. Multiple units taking on nobody.
Okay, cool. All right.